So the first way I'm going to develop this exercise is, rather than playing it in one position, like I showed on the previous video, we're going to play the same pattern again, just using one string, but each time we play the pattern of 4 notes, we're going to move it up 1 fret on the guitar. So we're going to play, and then rather than playing the same pattern again in the same place, I'm going to start on the 2nd fret, and again I'm going to use the same fingering, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to continue up the guitar neck as far as I'm comfortable in doing so. Again, if you watched the last video, you should be doing this to a metronome so that all of the notes are on even timing and everything's nice and clean. If we're not nice and clean with a basic pattern, there's no point trying to move it around because it's not going to work. So once you're happy with doing the original, we're just going to play those 4 notes and just go up the fretboard. So I'll do it to the metronome again at 60 so that we can compare it to what we've already done. You can go up as far as you wish to go, or you can just go up to wherever you want to go, basically. And repeat that so that you're used to moving your hand into different patterns. Again, all the original rules still apply, so your fingers want to be up nice, tucked up behind the fret if you can. Tips of the fingers, not the fleshy pads on the front of your fingers, and make sure that you're picking. Whether you're using a pick or whether you're using your thumb, it makes no difference. Make sure the timing is you're hitting the string at the same time as you're playing the note to make it sound great. Now, once you're used to moving the pattern up, what we're going to look at next is going back down on the same pattern again, using the same fingers and the same one string. When we start going down, you will find that you have a little bit of an extra stretch to do, because once I've got up to, I'll play it. And I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to keep my hand on, and I'm going to play, I want to play the same pattern but going back down again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, but going back down. Now on this particular example, I've stopped playing and my little finger, where I've just stopped, is on the 7th fret. And if I go down my fingers, 7, 6, 5, 4, to play the pattern going down, I actually need to get down 1 extra fret to the 3 to start the pattern. So I'll be going down, hopefully you can see that every time I move down a fret, I have to make that little extra stretch to be able to reach the fret below. So rather than just keeping in the same position, 1 finger per fret when I'm going down, I have to stretch a little bit more to get down to the fret that I want to play for the next repeat of the pattern. Again, if you're struggling with the stretch, then play the pattern higher up, and the stretch will be easier because the frets are closer together. So if I was to start, as I did before on the other video, at the 5th fret, stop in that position. Now when I reach down here to start coming back down, the actual stretch of my hand is less than it was down here because the frets are closer together. So if you're really struggling with the stretch, play the exercise higher up the neck where the frets are close together. Eventually your fingers will get used to the stretch, and it'll seem like it'll seem simple to you. But obviously, if you're just beginning, if you're not used to stretching, if you're not used to doing these exercises, you don't want to strain yourself or hurt your fingers, pull a muscle or anything like that. And you don't want to be uncomfortable. If it's uncomfortable, stop and have a rest. Okay? So make sure that you're not doing anything that's going to damage yourself. So again, with the metronome, when I put it together, I'll play it again at 60. And just because I've talked about starting higher, I'll start higher just for this example. You can start wherever you want. I'll start higher up here and I'll play at 60. So playing up the neck 1 fret at a time, and then down the neck 1 fret at a time. Careful of the stretch on the way down.